Good morning, it's Mike Mahoney. Many of you know me as a real estate agent, but I also do what I call appreciation marketing coaching, which is train people to have a better mindset as well as appreciating their existing clients to generate more business. So I, like you, have adversity in my life. It's about 5:30 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and I checked my email. But prior to that, I did a couple exercises that I'd like to share with you. So the title of my topic today is, how do you put insurance in place to make sure you're having a winning attitude? And then I go on to think about perspective and how everything is perspective, and how, you might look in the mirror this morning and see thinning hair or hair in the drain if you're a woman. And just think, it's frustrating for you, but for someone who's receiving chemotherapy or radiation, that hair is a godsend. So that thinning hair you have, it's actually a blessing for someone who doesn't have any hair. The extra few pounds that you carry that you're always frustrated about, that could be the matter of life or death for someone who's living in a third world country such as Ethiopia. Again, everything's perspective. So, little shift for me this morning. I woke up and rather than jump right into my day, I essentially decided to do what they call a 10-10 exercise, which is to write down the 10 things I'm grateful for. And this morning it was, something as simple as waking up in a warm, safe home, having a hot cup of tea, and some other things I'm not going to share with you, but you get the sense of what I'm saying is just appreciating the small things. And so I did my 10 things I was grateful for. And then I wrote down 10 things I want to bring more of that's great in my life, to my life. So that exercise takes a few minutes. I take out a piece of paper and do it. Again, it's putting insurance in place to make sure I have a winning attitude. So then after I do my exercise, I end up making the tea. I come back to my office and check my email. And in my email, there's two pieces of sort of bad news. One was I had a sale that I had put under agreement, and I just got an email from the other agent who said, they've got cold feet, they want to back out. So, had I not done the 10-10 exercise this morning, it probably would have been devastational. The other one is a funny one, which I'll share with you in a moment, but I'm also reading a book called Lone Survivor, which there's a motion picture out right now, and it's written by a guy named Marcus Luttrell, who was a Navy SEAL. And many of you who know me know I'm into sort of military things. So I just want to read you the central paragraph on the philosophy of a Navy SEAL. And this is from Luttrell's book. Basically says, I will never quit. I will persevere and thrive on adversity. My nation expects me to be physically harder, mentally stronger than my enemies. If knocked down, I will get back up every time. I will draw on the remaining ounce of strength to protect my teammates and accomplish my mission. I am never out of the fight. And I guess that last sentence, I am never out of the fight, is the one to hang on to. When you get bad news, what do? Are you in the fight or are you out of the fight? And so, for me, I got two pieces of bad news this morning. I guess having started to read this book this week probably helped with my perspective. But also doing the 10-10 exercise, for me, I had written down, at least I have the listing that, fell apart, the deal that fell apart, but at least I have it. There's a lot of people that don't have any business. So that's a perspective, and I guess, again, the last sentence is, I'm never out of the fight, and just keep that in mind. And then I want to share with you a funny email that I got. As you know, I'm a real estate agent. I have a lot of websites, and someone had gone on to one of my websites and actually registered to get the valuation of his property. He didn't really put much information, no details about it. So what I did was I printed up a list of recent sales, actives, pendings, properties that didn't sell within a half mile of his door. And I bound that material and put it in a beautiful packet in an envelope and actually drove it to the door and put it in the mailbox because no one was home. So this morning, and I have no idea who this guy is. It was in a someone just random in the town where I live. And I get this email this morning that says, "Your website is a complete load of crap. I entered my address to see what my house was worth and get a bunch of crap from you and then have no insight on the value." And then it goes on to say, "I will definitely not use you." So, perspective. I had just done the 10-10 exercise. I'm reading a book that tells me I am never out of the fight. So I go on to respond to this. Now, this came in late last night. I respond at 5 o'clock this morning. I say, "Dear Billy Bob, I can appreciate your position. It's a lead capture tool. It did for me what it was supposed to do. If you were selling your home at blah, blah, blah road, would you want me to allow everyone to come through the door and not ask for their name or number? I did drop a packet with recent activity within a half mile of your door. That should shed some light. In addition to recent activity, I did add in some market stats. I could not do a formal evaluation of value without seeing the inside. I'm sure that it's very nice inside, but you cannot always judge a book by the cover. I've walked into homes here in Milton and found no kitchens and barely a working bathroom. I am sure, as you can well imagine being an attorney who handles people who may have been injured by poisons, that's not everything that looks as though it appears." So his email address revealed to me where he worked, and then I was able to pull up his bio on his website, just to tell you how I knew that. So I go on to say, if I put a value on your house without seeing the inside of your home, it would be like a judge handing down a judgment on a case you were trying without hearing your argument. If you were offended that you did not get what you wanted, I apologize, and sorry you feel as though I gave you a bunch of, and I put it in quotes, crap. The website, again, was a lead generation tool, and from my perspective, it did what it was supposed to do. I generate 8 to 10 of these inquiries every 5 days or so. You should see what I do to get a buyer for your house. You might be right, though. You might be better off with the part-time agent who would sit back and do nothing. They would probably use the 3P method, which is put a sign in the ground, put their feet on the desk, and pray it sells for you. If you are serious about the value and thinking of selling, I am like the equivalent of a Navy SEAL in internet marketing and direct sales. I would love to have coffee someday together and ask how you market your legal services, because an attorney of your stature must have a way to generate clients successfully. You are obviously successful based on what your bio says in your profile on your website for the firm. I would love to share ideas. In fact, in the spirit of sharing, I am a member of a B&I group in Boston that meets on Newbury Street. Are you familiar with Business Networking International? If not, I'd love to have you as a guest, and you can meet some great Boston business people / owners. It might be a good client acquisition opportunity for you. You would meet some pretty neat people. The door is always open. Billy Bob, please make it a great day. Now I will move forward and sell something. And remember, some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.